Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moogle Garden Radio, episode 185. I'm your host, Chili, as we talk about all of the stuff that's happened. I was about to say news reviews and all that good stuff because I'm so used to the other podcast still. My brain is not there, but we're moving around. We're back. And joining me, as always, is my lovely co-host, Paul. We're back, Paul.
We're back. Don't know how long, but we're back.
2 weeks, Paul. It's been 2 weeks. 2 whole weeks. I think.
This month has felt like a year. I'm not going to lie to you.
So, Paul, we're 10 now away, last I checked, from the 1,100 goal. So let's just take a second to say thank you to everyone who has supported us and shown us some love to help us get really close to 1.1k. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
So how you been, Paul? What you been up to?
I have been in and out of medical situations, getting tests done. I've been trying to get a job, and I've been streaming on Moogle Around and on my own personal channel. That's
you play a lot of League of Legends on your own channel. I know I lurk. I don't talk much, but I'm there lurking, hoping that eventually we can get you affiliate on your own channel. You can be double affiliated.
I think it's. I think the only thing I need for that is to have three viewers. That's pretty it. Also, like 3 followers away from 100 followers, which is pretty cool. Did 6 hours of League today. Got plat in League today in ranked. So that was fun. Tiring, but fun. I've had a really good day, surprisingly. I woke up early. I had brekkie first. I had my daily dose of Weetabix. And I just streamed. I did search for my job, waiting for my job centre to phone me to get put on job seekers, so I have some money, which is great. But yeah, what have you been up to?
Well, I got work stuff done. I got jealous at work stuff that happened today. I can't talk about yet, but I got a little bit jealous. And I got a haircut. So, but no KFC.
No KFC gets shut down.
Yeah, the KFC in town is shut down, so no more KFC. So now I'm sad.
No more gifts.
But I guess rather than talking about random stuff like that, we should introduce our wonderful guest. This guest is on several different podcasts, including one called the WoW Nightcap. You should go check it out if you're a fan of World of Warcraft or just a fan in video games in general, because they do talk about other MMO-based stuff occasionally. Though, of course, with the name WoW Nightcap, they are, mainly focused on WoW. As you can tell, but then to be fair, we are some Moogle go around. We barely talk about Final Fantasy, so who knows? We can't really say much. We can't judge anything.
What do you mean? For the last 7 or 10 episodes, we have talked about Final Fantasy.
That is true. But anyway, he is a wonderful content creator, a wonderful voice actor, and a wonderful person in general. He used to stream occasionally.
He's also quite polite.
Yeah, he's very polite. So welcome and. Just welcome Talan Broadbent.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on. It's good to be back. That was a very warm welcome that y'all gave me. A lot of accolades that I don't know if I'm completely deserving of, but thank you very much. It's good to be here. It's been a while since I've been able to talk Final Fantasy proper, because you're right. I have done several projects and on a couple of different podcasts. But the one that I have the majority of my attention on is the WoW Nightcap, where we talk World of Warcraft, Microsoft, and all of the kerfluffle going on over there. So rarely do I get the chance to really dive into another love of mine, which is Final Fantasy 14. And we actually talk about that quite a bit, about the gaming space and how it's okay to play other games. This is a perfect example of that. Playing the latest patch 6.55, loved it, loved a lot of things that are going in it. Can't wait to talk about it and just hang out with you guys. It's been way too long. How have you been?
Not bad at all, thank you. We're not going to get too much into it because what type of podcast we are, but there's been a lot of bad news with WoW recently, so I just want to say please stay safe, everyone that they've been affected by the things that have happened to Blizzard today. We're not going to go into detail with it because that's not what the type of podcast we are. But as you brought up Blizzard and Microsoft, I kind of want to at least acknowledge that we know what happened. And we want everyone that has been affected to please stand up get back on their feet. And we wish them, I think all of us here wish them the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. If you want to know more about that and what's going on, follow WoW Nightcap at the WoW Nightcap on Twitter and Twitch and all the places. You can find us wherever your podcatcher is sold.
Please go follow them to find out more information on it. I just wanted while we're bringing Blizzard, a bit rude for us not to like mention what's happened. Am I out of place? But I think
And also, sorry to the people of WoW, not WoW, sorry, but Riot Forge as well, because they lost a lot of people as well. Can't forget about that either.
Yeah, the whole gaming space is kind of,
and it's only the first month of the year as well, and it's already
it's been rough out there for everybody. It feels like
it's been. I thought it was like someone said there's been 5,000 layoffs in January alone.
Yeah, and I think that number is actually higher with the more recent news. So it's
no, I think the 5,000 is with the recent news. So, but still, that's still crazy.
Yeah. So if you work out in the gaming space in any way, heart goes out to you. Keep your head up. It will get better. This is a moment. It's a crappy moment, but it will get better.
But no, I am doing okay. Thank you. I recently celebrated my birthday. I decided for some reason to travel like 5 hours to get a Wendy's. So there's that.
Yeah, dude, I saw that on Twitter that you had an entire adventure going across the UK to find yourself some quality Wendy's. I was watching Paul stream the other day, and him and I were actually talking about you and it being your birthday and everything, and how you were going to get, what was it, a Baconator that he ended up grabbing?
Yeah, I got the Baconator and spicy nugs and fries and Frosties.
Nugs.
That sounds, I haven't ate dinner yet, and that sounds great.
I knew that that's too, I knew having spicy nugs with a Baconator is kind of greedy. So I'm like, okay, I'll just get the small nugs. Just so I just wanted to have them because, it's going to be another year before I have them again. So I'm like, you know what?
Make it worth it.
But yeah, worth it. That wasn't, to be fair, okay. It would have been faster if I had gone the right bus. That was my issue. That added time. I had to get a train from where I live to the other place, and then I had to get a bus from the train station. But the train station I got, the bus I got, right? There was supposedly one bus that was 20 minutes. That was the bus I was going to get on because it was 20 minutes. It ended up being an hour and 10 minutes on the bus. An hour and 10 minutes. The train was only an hour and 10. The bus was slower than the train.
Wow.
Feel bad, man.
Yeah, seriously, feels bad, man. Yeah, no joke.
Honestly, with Chile, I think Chile has the worst luck when it comes to travel, because I think it's just before last year you got stuck because the trains got stuck.
Well,
I was like, oh no.
I think they're telling you about the fact that I got stuck in London till ridiculous hours in December as well because of trains.
Yeah, see, and this is one of those really cool, I guess, weird things about the way that you guys think about travel and distance versus how us, specifically Texas, how we think about distance and travel. When we describe, how far away something is, we don't say, oh, it's 10 miles away. We're like, nah, it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Depending on how fast you're going. If it's 2 hours away, we'll tell you that it's 2 hours away, and that 2 hours may be 100 miles, right? But I'm just sitting here thinking, geographically where you went, it took you 5 hours to get there, but it probably, if you could just let's say fly over there, grow wings and fly over there, it probably would not have taken 5 hours. So in kilometers, about how far away was your trip? Total kilometers.
Let's check. But you have to remember, when it comes to travel from
71.8 kilometers.
Yeah, there's no way that takes 5 hours.
Well, remember that was there and back 5 hours.
Oh,
there and back again. A Chili's tail.
Yeah.
That somehow didn't involve Nando's.
There wasn't Nando's over the road.
That's the one thing we didn't fucking have when we went to Fan Fest was Nando's. We said, we'll have a Nando's. One, didn't know where the fuck a Nando's was.
Well, the issue was we were going out too late. That was the problem. Even though London is open all the time, they're closed at 6 for some reason where we were.
But that wasn't because of me. Like, one day you had work stuff to do, so don't look at me. You had
but
work stuff to do. You were meeting voice actors and other content creators.
That was one night, Paul. And yeah, that was cool. I got to meet Ben Starr and Bethany Walker and all that, and Colin and Peter Bram.
Oh man, that makes me very, very jealous. I'm hoping one day I will be a part of that roster.
It was a meal. Like we all had a meal together. It was great.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Square
Enix was hosting a buffet event just outside the hotel that they were staying at, and so a couple of content creators and the voice actors were invited to this meal. So, and I was invited and nervous the entire time. I didn't eat at all because I was too nervous to eat.
Well, you weren't too nervous to eat. You were nervous that you weren't going to die.
Yeah, that's true. Well, still, that's a type of nervous.
Actually,
it's called scared.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, doing voiceover and like getting to meet some pretty cool people in like the anime space, when that opportunity shows up for me, I too I'm afraid to pick up my glass because the glass is like wet from like condensation, right? But my hands are also so sweaty. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna say something stupid, or I'm gonna do something like we're just having lunch and what and it just
that's me.
I get it. I definitely get it.
That's social anxiety to a fucking.
Oh my gosh!
Like when I met Chili for the first time. That was kind of scary, but then when I got to meet him a lot more, it was fun. Like I was like that when I saw Mione for the first time. Now I was fucking shit. When I went to FanFest and like meeting other people, I was scared shitless. And I did do a bad thing, which was to hone my anxiety to make me not be so anxious. I actually went to go buy a pack of cigarettes, and I smoked one. I didn't have the money. Yeah, I know Chili said that I had his card, but morally, I don't like using other people's cards. And all I had was cash. And in London, everything is contactless. Nothing takes cash other than corner stores.
Please add context to that because I feel like I am not Mr. Beast. I'm sat there thinking, yeah, I've got Chili's cards.
But that's how you sounded. That's how you sounded like the entire time. I said, I've only got cash. Paul, you had my card. And I'm like,
well, you did. That's because
I did have his card.
I have cash.
I feel like it was a thing like, you're my friend. What are you worried about this for?
Yeah.
Mate, you have my card.
Yeah, and he had cash on him. So when he saw me later, he could then give me the cash that I could then put on the card.
Oh, so speaking of FanFest and being able to hang out, this is like now 2 years away, right? But I have now officially got my passport ready to rock and roll. Next FanFest, next FanFest, I will be there at the FanFest London. Like I will be there.
I don't think it's going to be in London. I think it's going to be Europe.
Yeah,
probably like a Germany type of thing, probably like Germany or France.
Wherever it is that I'm closer to like and actually meet my friends in the UK and in Europe, that's where I'm going to be for my first FanFest. I've already decided it. I've cleared it with the missus. It's happening.
So I said on stream that I wasn't going to do another FanFest just so I let other people who haven't have a FanFest. But then I got Chili, Mione, Fram was like, no, you're coming to the next FanFest. I'm like, oh, fuck.
I mean, I've been to 3 FanFests, Paul. I can't really say that, like I've been to the North American one twice and the European. No, I've been to 4 now. I've been to European twice and the North American twice now. So yeah.
So yeah. So now I kind of have to go, but this time I will. I have a credit card now. I have my bank account all sorted. I now can pay by card. So I will have money, so I can go get fucking drunk if I want to go get drunk to calm my anxiety. So.
Well, I'm glad that you said that because as a foreigner who would be traveling to a foreign country, knowing that you need some sort of contactless payment is going to be very beneficial because I was just going to show up with like petty cash and like try to make it from there.
Most places take contactless, and sometimes it's cheaper to actually do contactless than it is cash, such as the if you use cash for the underground, they don't really, like, you can buy like a card for travel, but if you use cash for the underground, for instance, there's not really a cap. But if you use your card, they will actually cap the cost for the entire day for you. Like instead of costing you like 15, instead of costing you like 15 to 20 pounds, it'll cost you like 5.
Okay.
So yeah, there's all different like benefits for contactless in England.
Cash. Yeah. Like obviously, I live in a town. I live in a port town. Here, everywhere takes cash. Here, everything takes cash because we're in a port town. And it's Dover, and there is nothing to fucking do in Dover. It's like a dead town. The only thing you can do at Dover, go up the White Cliffs or go to Dover Castle. That's it.
Well, Dr. Listus, if you're opposite like me, where you tell them that you're going away to America, and they're like, "Oh, but you're still there," I'm like, "No, I'm going soon." They're like, "No, you're still there." I'm like, "No, that was 2 years ago. No, I'm not there anymore. Can I get?" Well, your account is already registered to be there, so I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Well,
thanks.
I'm American now.
So glad that you were paying attention to my account. Yes, my visa expired like 9 months ago. I'm still here. I'm hidden underground somewhere.
Didn't come after me. What's going on here?
Surprised you haven't contacted me, and I can still use my card in England.
So you're American now. We don't take that. What are you doing?
Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. I said that you're American now, and then you went straight to Texan. Really?
Yeah, because the Texas chili is
the only one I know. It's the only one I know.
That is fair. That is fair.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Well, not to get too into it, but yeah, we do sound like that a little bit, and I just want to apologize for everybody out there. I'll just tell them when yee and yee haw.
What was that? The yee yee. You sound like a rapper, like yeah, the yee yee. You know, I'm like, what's going on here? Time about to drop some serious beats.
Don't make me get my. You know, I do have a Stetson hat, right?
I do know this, and I have seen you. I have seen you put it on, and I think it's the greatest thing ever. Yeah. And super funny. I don't own a Stetson hat, but you do. Now, of course, I have like 4 pairs of boots, but we're not going to talk about that. But
there's a snake in my boot.
You need those boots for line dancing.
Moogle Go Round Radio, where you get all the Texas content.
I'm sorry for any southern people from Southern America if you're insulted by this. I do not mean this in any insulting way. I just want to clear that up again. I'm sorry.
You're not being insulting. You are not being insulting at all. Because you're not wrong. Our boots are definitely made for line dancing, and that's exactly what they do.
Yay! I get that.
I think in like 2 years' time, I will be going to America with my mum to go see a Boston Celtics game in Boston.
Very cool.
Because obviously I'm a big NBA fan. I'm also a big football fan because I like sports. Kind of weird. A Final Fantasy player enjoying sports. What is this?
I mean,
I thought the only sports that you guys like the Final Fantasy is the Blitzables, and you should never get it ever again. So
okay, before we
I don't know why I said it's so like a water boy then.
Before we go into topic about stuff that we got to talk about, fun fact: in Turunga Canyon in Final Fantasy 11, if you for the longest time, if you would go out of bounds, like on the camera, like you couldn't walk out of bounds, but if you could go out of bounds with like a camera tool, you could actually see, for some reason, a fully input graphical football field that they've added into the game for some reason that was never used, with some actual referees that are like just outside of bounds. Like there's some Taru referees and full like stadium seats and everything for some reason in the game.
Okay,
it was never used.
For clarification for our American audience, do you mean like a football pitch or a football field? Because those are.
I think it was a football pitch, if I'm rightly.
Okay.
Not a hand egg. Pitch.
Not a hand egg.
Oh, that was good. Best way to describe that ever. Okay, well, and I figured that's what you meant. That you meant like a football pitch, but like just so like, I was when you first started to describe this, I was seeing like those characters like in American football uniforms, but they're really small, and I feel like the pads would be much bigger than
Well, no,
they
there was
are.
no actual
So
characters. There was just some two referees. That was it. No other like anything else.
But that's the image that showed up in my brain, right? And so I had a very good chuckle about that particular image, and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I may be one of the few people thinking about this right now. Let's let's clarify. So okay, so proper zebras, right? On a football pitch.
Yeah, proper
Okay.
football.
As the American football Super Bowl is like right around the corner. You're absolutely
which I
right.
for the longest time thought was bowling.
To be fair, when you hear Super Bowl, your brain kind of goes to the bowling tournament.
I can't blame you.
Remember that famous singer that heard "You Know What" popped out during during one of the big ones, right? You know who I'm talking about. I thought, why is that so bad? There's bowling. Maybe she just did in my head. She's like, she did a ceremony where she threw a promotional ball and it popped out because she bent over. I didn't realize why. I didn't look it up.
Okay. Oh wow, man.
I'm like, it's a boob. Who cares?
Every man ever. It's a boob. Who the fuck cares? A boob's a boob.
Oh my gosh.
And now that we have all been cancelled, let's go straight into some Final Fantasy 14 news.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's jump into it. I'm excited to hear Well, I've been out for a little while, so those of you who have played Chili, Paul, I'm really excited to hear what you actually thought about the patch.
Well, we've got a couple of things to talk about before we get to there. Mainly, they're adding a new Tactical Assault Commander controller. Well, mouse pad. By the way, if you can see it in the show notes, there are some notes for you if you want to see it.
I did see it. It looks very, very cool.
Yes. So yeah, as someone that had issues last year, I have something like this because this is how I was playing with one hand when I broke my other hand. So yeah, this is a pretty cool thing, and I like the design. Anyone got any thoughts on this?
I'm a classic boy, Andy. I'm just like, this looks fucking stupid. Give me my mouse and keyboard any day, not one. But again, for accessibility, could be helpful for people that have.
As I said, when my right hand was broken, this was useful to be able to play games.
So I actually do have a thought on this because I was thinking about this just the other day. So recently I had to literally last week, I had to replace my entire keyboard because wouldn't you know it, playing MMOs, you wear out a certain number of keys, very specific ones often, right? I've had my keyboard. It was a Logitech 910, G910, the Orion Spectrum, and I've had that for like 8 years. And it's worked great. It's been like a champ this whole time. But the E, W, and 3 key were just dead in the water. Because I mean, as you play MMOs, right? Those are like some of the keys that you use pretty often. I didn't realize that I was using the E key as often as I apparently have been. So I had to rebuy a new keyboard. And while I was doing that, I was sitting there thinking, I only use literally what you're seeing here, the Hori. That's what I use when I play MMOs. The rest of the keys don't really matter because I have everything macroed to like R, Shift R, T, Shift T, G, F, V, C, and I also have like macro keys off to the side as well. So I'm looking at this, and when they first released it, I was like, man, this is really stupid. I don't think that this is worth the money. Now looking at it and like knowing that I had to make another purchase and that it was really expensive to do that, it was like $200 for a new keyboard. How much better would this be for my actual needs versus a whole new keyboard, especially if I only use it to play games? So before I was like, man, nah, I think this is really stupid. Now I can kind of see exactly where they're coming from. And not only from like the accessibility part of it, but also like the practicality of it. If you're a gamer and that's like the only thing you use it for, it's no different than buying another controller for like a PlayStation or something.
I think I would possibly actually buy it, but I've never because obviously I use like WSD to move. I use those to move. But how you move with this is that it's a joystick, basically like a controller.
No, you can set WASD if you want to.
Huh?
You can set WASD if you want to. You don't have to use the joystick for the movement. When I used mine for Final Fantasy 11, I used the joystick for the camera controls. For the deep, that, and then I moved with the WSD.
Okay.
You can program. You can set the other ones to WSD because all the keyboards are though it says 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's numbered. All of them are programmable, so you can just program 2, 7, 8, 9 to be WASD if you want.
Right.
Yeah, I see that in their own little HUD area.
Yeah.
You can have like so many different profiles as well. So if you can have it for all different types of games.
Yeah.
Right. And Paul, I had the same thought you did. Like that thumbstick looks, and everybody's hand size is going to be a little bit different, right? So I don't know. Like I had the same thought you did. That just seems really awkward. But who knows? Like when you grab like a regular controller, like and you move around, which would essentially be your left hand, for most games anyway. That looks like you're moving around with the same hand that you would typically be controlling that with, like the same thumb.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, I necessarily wouldn't buy it myself, but if somebody wanted,
have one, and it's right next to me. In fact,
so that was gonna be my comment. Like, if somebody has one and like can like talk about the comfort of it and like how natural it is to like move your thumb and the joystick, like it could be one of those things. Like once you get past the learning curve, it might actually be better for your gameplay. Now, 14 doesn't have to get that hardcore, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I used it with my left hand because, again, I broke with my right hand. So it was good for me because it's a left-handed thing. I think there are right-handed ones, but this one I bought was left-handed for reasons. But I have a slight... I can't say it's good or bad for either of you because I have the fact that I have tiny hands. So
that's true. He does have really tiny hands.
So, what might be good for me would probably not be good for anyone else. Like,
did they also say how much is it going to cost us?
It's probably like 200.
To buy, because it hasn't. Like, I'm on their website. Obviously, what they put
200.
I'm going to guess
it has not gave us a price. And that's I'm like
129 for the normal version. So
we don't want the normal version. We want the Final Fantasy 14 version.
Okay, there's a Final Fantasy 14 one here on eBay. I can't see where there's. Oh, here we go.
It's on eBay.
I found $139 on America. For some reason, it gave me the American store, but $139.
Because again, your bank still thinks you're in America, so you must be in America.
Well, I mean, still that
129 euros. Can I find England prices?
Can I please find the sterling, please?
UK cannot be reached. Okay, is it?
Well, if I wanted to buy one, then I just can't.
Well, I would say, like, the last time I tried to buy something and ship it to you, your customs apparently smashed the package. So I would offer to get it for you, but
120
Brexit.
I found it for. 120.
Brexit means Brexit, apparently.
I was so mad about that. I tried to send you and Chili both hot sauce, and they like smashed the jars and apparently hated everything about hot sauce. I don't know.
But Doctor says if you can set cardinal into cardinals on the joystick to different button keys, yes, you can do that. You can do a lot of different. You can do anything you want. It's quite good. This one doesn't have. I don't think. Does this one have RGB? I don't think this one has RGB. Okay, mine's better because mine has RGB.
Everything's better with RGB.
It's only gamer if it has RGB.
Yeah. Well, it's because I can light up the keys I want for certain ones. It's cool.
I might actually get this just to try it out. One, I'll have it just in case everything breaks. I can use it. But one, it looks cool. I don't know. I don't know if my brain will be able to comprehend it, but it looks cool.
Oh yeah, you can set it to be left stick, right stick, D-pad, or keyboard arrow keys. So yeah, you could use it as your right analog stick and have that be your camera, and then WASD your way through the game. There you go.
So that's just a great accessibility tool, is what it looks like.
Which is good. Everyone should be able to play video games.
Hard agree.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's something that I'm excited for. I don't know about anyone else. Well, actually, there's two things I'm excited for. We'll talk about the Final Fantasy 11 stuff quickly. The Maiden's Rhapsody is coming back. The event is completely identical as the original event, and it's going on until the 5th of February. So you've got a little bit of time to get it done, but if you already have it done, don't worry. There's nothing new added. It gives you a cool armor set, and yes, this whole event is actually canon inside Final Fantasy 11. So this is actually a canon event. Paul?
I think I might do it again. I think I just kind of skipped through it last time because I just wanted the gear. So, and I have alts that need the gear, so that's good.
Talan?
I have an alt that needs that as well. So, an alt. That's funny. I have all the alts that need that again. And I think I'm in the same camp as Paul. I don't really remember that story. I mean, looking at the characters, I recognize the characters. I mean, because obviously I played 11, but I remember the card and everything that they used for this announcement. I may have to do it again just to like refamiliarize myself with kind of what the canon is behind them showing up to our particular shard. Because I don't remember how they explained it.
I'm gonna have to do it again because I also can't remember. I did it, but it's been so long since I did it that like I don't remember exactly why. I just remember that Okay, now we've got a long time until the expansion. We'll talk about 6.5 soon.
Yes,
but the Moogle Tomers event is back, and now it's fancier and cooler because now there's a menu for it in the game. So before we get to this, it's nice to come back. We should rerun the Shantoto one. I think the issue with them rerunning Shantoto is the fact that you can purchase the Shantoto minion. So unless they went back, which should be too hard, and remove the reward or add a new reward, I don't think they'll ever do it because I guess they're worried about all those red hot sales of Shantotos that they'd be missing.
Hot sales.
Everyone's rushing out to buy Shantoto minions. It's the number one seller on the Mog Station, and them giving it away for free won't affect anything or something.
Literally, like no one else knows what fucking Shantoto is. I played 11.
That
was basically me.
Just give it away for free, and then some people will skip the event because they're not paying sub, and then they'll come back and they'll be like, "Oh, where'd you get that minion from?" And they'll be like, "Oh, you can get on the Mog Station," and then more people might buy it. You might see a surge if you just do the event again. Like, just do it, Square. Just do the event again, and Final Fantasy 13. Just do them both. But no, the Mog.
13.
Sorry,
that shit was good.
Yeah, the Mog Tome event is back. And normally you just had dungeons and stuff like that to do. But now there's like a weekly objective, mini Mog challenges and ulti Mog challenges. I don't think we know many details about anything but standard. But I'm interested to see what some of this stuff will be. And also they're adding ocean fishing to the Tomestone reward. So you can do ocean fishing to get tomes. So that's pretty cool.
And Triple Triad.
And Triple Triad. So there's all different ways. Yeah.
And treasure maps.
Yeah, and there's all different ways. I guess these are just the ones. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see all the different how many you get. And I want to know what the Ultimog challenges are. Imagine how bad it is if they actually force you to beat Ultima. Imagine they're like, okay, to get your you get 100 tomes, and you beat Ultimate, and then you get 100 tomes weekly.
That'd be funny, but I feel like the difficulty level of a lot of people saying like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do ocean fishing.
Yeah, the thing is that people would bitch about it, but then the Ultimate Raiders would be like, finally, something new I can get on. Like,
finally, something to do.
And then people would be like, "Oh my god, look at them Ultimate Raiders with their benefits." They're like, really? Only like no, not only. I feel like as it's the first time they're doing this Doctor of Deliciousness, it should be all the Ultimates, and then maybe next time in the future they'll just pare it down to the newest Ultimate. But let's just be fair, and because it's the first time they're doing it, make it for all of them, or at least the most recent ones, like. like I feel like that'd be fair.
I'm just
Talan.
looking at the
Sorry.
item rewards. Pretty cool. Sorry.
Talan, thoughts on this?
I mean, I will say that if we're gonna tie something to Ultimate, it better
By the way,
be worth it.
That's
And
a
if
joke. We don't know. We
it's
have
like,
no idea.
no, the Moogle Tome event I think is actually one of the cooler things that Final Fantasy does to allow players to get past rewards and also work towards like I don't know if they'll have it. I'm assuming that they will because they've done it in the past where like you're trying to get mounts from the extreme trials. Not everybody can actually go in there and do those either for social anxiety reasons or
They're just not people doing them.
right, that part, or like they weren't successful with the group that they were going with, all kinds of reasons. So the fact that there's like this additional layer of you can still enjoy the content and be able to get the same sort of rewards, albeit at a much slower pace, I think that's super awesome. I'm glad that they keep bringing the Moogle Tome event back. But outside of that, I mean, it looks a lot more of the same tread outside of the fact that there's going to be like a whole other menu for it. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'm happy they brought in a new menu because it's like they're making it so now the Mogtome event's been around a lot. Because they bring it out for when it's like they bring it out when there is going to be a slump in content, just for if people don't want to play other games, they have something to like kind of grind for while they're just playing. You know? Like obviously talking about the extremes, like, that's how I got my Stormblood ultimate mount for getting all the EXs, the doggos. I did through the last Mogtome event, so I got my ultimate like cool doggo with like 9 tails, and it was really cool. So it's a good way, and it looks like this year it's not many. One is I think the horse. Yeah, one was the horse mount, and the other one is the one of the birds. So, which is the Rosen. I don't have that one, so that's good.
Right, and it's looking like you get a barding as well. That's available.
Yeah, the Titania barding.
So, I mean, I'm glad that they add stuff like this that you can still get as an additional way to earn these same rewards. But I also think it's a very very good thing that they're not making everything available through this same system, right? Because if they made everything available through the same system, it would cheapen like the work that other people have done to earn some of the other things, right? So it's not everything that was in the expansion that you can get towards the end with this particular event, but it's some of the things, and I think that's totally fair.
That Mimishima neckerchief looks so cute.
Yeah. And by the way, remember, this is only part 1 of the Mogtome event. There will be a part 2, and part 2 will part 2 will, I'm going to say this now, will probably have one of the dragons. Not the dragons, what they call it, the one, what was after the dragons? Yeah, no, the dragon, yes.
The sphinxes?
Yeah, no, we'll be the dragon, right? Because we've got the pony, the bird, the wolf. So yeah, we'll start getting dragons from next one.
So it'll be last expansion's rewards.
But what about the Sphinx? That'll probably be like next year.
The lynxes.
Lynxes, not sphinxes. Why am I thinking of sphinxes?
Well, I mean, it's similar enough, right? And
the
they
lynxes will
cados.
be. Yeah, the lynx would be what you call it, like 8.55, right? 7.55, right? Like the next end of next expansion, early next.
Yeah, it would be the next lull in between a major patch.
Yeah, between Dawn Trail and wherever comes after Dawn Trail. I don't know. Yeah,
7.2.
Yeah.
The war without. that's the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started, Paul. You almost triggered me, and I see what you did there.
Phil, think.
Oh,
I am jumping back, by the way, for the War Within. I've said that.
Don't get me started because there's I want to keep this a Final Fantasy 14 podcast, but
it's us.
I think that I think that would be a great time for you to come back, Chili, because there's a whole lot of lore and things going on. that all the questions that you had when you first started playing, that you were asking Flatus and I about because it didn't make much sense to you, looks like they're going to be answered.
They're going to be.
So
Thanks. They listen to me, specifically me, the man.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt that was the case, because apparently when it comes to MMOs and like Insider Gamer anything, you apparently have your nose on the ground to all of it. So you still can't convince me that you don't have Yoshi P on speed dial. Like, there's nothing you'll ever be able to say that doesn't convince me otherwise.
I think half our viewers think that too, honestly. I swear to God. I think
scary.
even me, I question it most of the time.
I don't have any connections with Yoshi P or the staff at Square Enix.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Chili, and this is my legally required. Yes, exactly. This is my legally required. I do not know these people, and I'm not affiliated in any way. Please look forward to the next Final Fantasy 14 expansion. Yeah, me and Paul saw right through that. We know this for a second. That's great.
But I know.
By the way, sorry, I was happy that he recognized me. That was nice of him.
Y'all talk every day, so.
You went to dinner with him last week. What you
The reason they closed down Nando's was because him and Chili were already there, and they were shutting it down for Square Enix specifically, so that it was a Nando's with Square Enix.
Yeah, he had like Koji Fox there. He had Soka.
Exactly right.
He had the whole Primals. He was just chilling there. I still can't forget that when me and Chili were having this, we were like having a burger at FanFest, and when I was like, we were just sitting there chilling, just eating the burger. And I'm like, what's that? Oh, is that Yoshi P? And Chili, literally, meerkat went, where? Like, him and this like lovely girl as well, just like literally went meerkat mode and like turned. And I was like, yeah. And they instantly went up, and I was just sat there like, I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my burger because I'm hungry. It was great.
Yeah, but I eat fast, so it's fine.
I don't. I'm a slow boy. I sheathe that I feed.
My food is gone by the time it's just gone.
As soon as it hits like the table, instantly consumed.
Yeah. I take a second to like work out a battle strategy on how I'm going to eat it, and then I eat it. Paul see me eat.
I just sit there and pig at it. I'm weird, but I'm actually like really upset about summer. So we're not getting off Final Fantasy because it does include Final Fantasy, but the summer has got Final Fantasy's new expansion. It has WoW's new expansion. It also has ESO's new expansion, and it also has information about Dragon Age. Like, I'm eating good, like, this summer, like, for like content. I'm eating good, but I can't play them all.
So like, you're gonna have to fill your plate with one, finish that, go get seconds, and then come back for thirds. Because if you try to put all that on one plate, it's just gonna fall apart. It's gonna get soggy. Literally. It's not gonna work.
It's like, it's with Final Fantasy. I have 3 characters I have to get max level with things and like max them out and gear them up. And then with WoW, I'm just gonna play and have fun and like do shit with friends. And then you have ESO, which is a whole new thing because it's just pure sexy story, you know. And then Dragon Age, we get a full fucking like release, not as it's coming out, but like a full trailer and shit. Like, now that is making me happy because if you guys have seen on Steam that Dragon Age Dreadwolf is on Steam, it's there. I'm waiting for when that shit goes on sale. Yeah, this is the only reason I'm getting a job. When Dragon Age comes out, I quit my job and just become a hermit and just never be seen. But like this summer, for like content, everybody's eating good. The WoW peeps are eating good. The ESO peeps are eating good. The Final Fantasy people are eating good. It's the people like us who play multiple MMOs and love multiple MMOs that are having this mental crisis with which one am I going to play first? Which one takes priority? When can I play this? What time zone can I put this in? And then you're like, that's the dilemma I have. But it's like Final Fantasy has to come first because obviously I do Moogle around and I need to do all the content and I need to have opinions about things. And then I like WoW because most of my IRL friends play WoW, so I want to go play with them for a little bit. But then I also really love ESO because ESO. I don't know if anyone played the new ESO one, which was Necron. I fucking love that. It was so good. They brought out a whole new class and shit. It was so cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'm still kicking myself for not going to try the new expansion. Like, spoilers, I was invited to an event and I didn't respond.
You said that in my fucking in my stream chat. I almost had like a breakdown. I was like, Chili, you have like the best fucking job. Like, you get to go to all these like events. I'm saying, bro, I wish I had your job. Chili, see that Chili's like the secret spy that Square Enix, like Yoshi P, sends off to these events to like take information about these certain games and tries to incorporate it into Final Fantasy. That is now my like headcanon. Chili is secret sleeper agent for Square Enix. Well, actually no, for Yoshi P personally. 100%.
But anyway, let's talk about 6.55 because that's what we're here for. And I don't know how long we have Talan for. So let's get to jump into 6.55.
You have Talan for as long as you need Talan.
Sweet. Well, you need food. So that's
And I
important.
also need sleep. Because I've actually had a decent sleeping schedule today.
Yeah. So, but by the way, we're not going to go into some story spoilers today because it's only been a little bit of time since the patch, and although we're getting to the point where we can normally talk about it, I feel like we've got so much time until the expansion comes out that I kind of don't want to mention too much about the story. But I will mention.
And Paul hasn't done it.
Paul hasn't done it either.
That too.
I will just mention that I enjoyed Cryo as a Pictomancer, and that's not a spoiler because it's in the patch notes. You can see
And
it
it's
right
in the
there.
trailer.
And it's in the trailer.
Literally in the trailer, yeah.
It's in
So,
the Thorn Trail trailer.
I enjoyed seeing Cryo as a Pictomancer, though I wish there had been more. But I might be biased.
I want to see Cat Mummy because of all the memes on Twitter.
Yeah, she Cat Mummy was. I don't know if it's anyone else, but I kept calling her female Goku. But that was just me.
You know, I can kind of see where you get those vibes. You know, you're not entirely wrong.
Like she's not exactly that, but like,
yeah, I can see where you draw that conclusion. Yeah, definitely. So, like, before we started talking about the keyboard and the tomes and everything, I wanted to know what you guys thought about it. But knowing now that Paul hasn't done all of it yet, I guess Chili would be the one that I'd be asking. So I have just recently come back and started doing everything because Final Fantasy is a very gracious game that lets you enjoy other games while coming back to Final Fantasy without being super far behind. And so I'm already caught back up. But from someone who's been like involved with it the entire time, I am really curious to hear your perception of this latest patch.
I wish the story had been a little bit longer. It felt a bit too short for me, especially considering the fact that the length we have until the actual expansion. I felt like the story itself was too short. But I did enjoy the rest of the patch. I enjoyed the Hildebrand stuff. I don't know if you've done Hildebrand. I'm guessing you've done Hildebrand, right?
Mm-hmm, I have.
Mm-hmm. I am still pissed off about the relic weapons. It's not even a relic at this point. It's just tome. It's just second tome weapon. That's all it is.
It's second tome weapon with cool glow. That's literally it.
Yeah.
And then if you go to Curatorium Savage, you can get a better glow for the weapons that were handcrafted by the community.
Or you can get a blue glow for some reason.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the relic? Are you a bit angry as well, or is it just us?
Ooh, so I'm a person split in two about this one. So one of my biggest complaints about the relic, and I'm probably going to get a lot of flack from chat for this, but one of my biggest complaints about the relic was that it was too grindy. I did not like that in order to be on par with the rest of the game and those who are like at the upper tier, in order to even get close to that, you had to devote the most expensive commodity that any human being has, which is your time. I can understand where that has some appeal because you're still feeling like you're working for something, so then you're earning that power. My question is, why do you have to suffer to earn that power? Right? And then there's the
Well,
other side of me that says, well, yeah, you should like enjoy the grinds because you feel like you're building something great. And this particular way that they've done it, I mean, it's what, 1,500 tomes for each step, and that's it. And it's the same tome, and you just get a longer cutscene, and it's tied to Hildebrand, which Hildebrand is funny, right? But they're forcing you to engage with content that maybe you would not have otherwise even thought of. So in that way, it's kind of a shoehorn. And then on the other side, it feels like it cheapens it, not only because of how easy it is to acquire, but because of the entire meme behind Hildebrand and his previous quests outside of Endwalker. So I'm glad that it was made a tad bit more accessible. I think the pendulum went way too far in the other direction. And if they could do something between like Heavensward's relic grind and like what they've done now, I think that would be the perfect sweet spot. So not Stormblood. I hated Stormblood's relic grind. Hated that.
no, I
Did
like
not
Eureka.
like that at all.
I wish it could have been made easier, but I liked Eureka. My view is
So
always
if-
going to be, I feel like there should be multiple ways to get the relic done. Like, you either have a Tomish grind, but I'd make it more expensive if it was me. Like, 1,500 tomes is a lot in a way, but it's also not that much. I would have, like,
No.
I would go a Eureka path where you've got a completely different piece of content you can grind if you want to, or then make a separate way for you to get it if you don't like that. Like, have multiple different routes to get the relic if you want to. Because I think that's
And
what
see,
you can do with Bosha.
And see, I would agree with that. I would absolutely agree with that. My biggest complaint about the Stormblood relic is the fact that it was tied to Bosja, that it was tied to Eureka, that it was tied to all of that extra content. And the biggest issue, like right now, if you wanted to go create a Realm Reborn relic, you could do that on your own. You do not need people. But at the time, if you were doing it, having more people with you made it easier. But you can still solo that content if you wanted to. And there's still a lot of people that do that because they either like to collect things, they like to 100% something, or there's just like a glam that they really, really want. You cannot, and you can do the same thing for Heavensward, but you cannot do that for Stormblood. It's impossible. Why? Because if you go into Bosja, if you go into Eureka, you've either got to have people with you, and I don't know if anybody has been in there recently. It's dead unless you join like a Discord community who has dedicated runs for it. And then if you're joining
depends on your
Well, yeah.
server and time. Like, I've
For
been
sure.
in Eureka a few times and it still had people in it. Like,
but
especially
it's not
the mid
nearly
layer
as
zones.
easy. It's not nearly
Yeah.
as easy as it was when it was
Nah.
content. And that makes sense, right? Because it was content, that's what everybody wanted to do, and that makes sense. But now that it's gone by the wayside, it's no longer evergreen. Where the other relics at least did have some evergreen properties to them, the Stormblood doesn't. And now what we've done is, like, I feel like people were a little bit miffed about that, and they heard the feedback and just said, okay, well, we'll just make it a tome grind, and you just got to do tomes the whole time, and that's it. So then it was like, okay, you're just going to farm content that you've done the entire time like you did in A Realm Reborn and in Heavensward, but you don't have to do as much.
And don't forget,
But
this
then
will be
that-
the easiest relic next expansion.
Yes,
the easiest relic, because this current tome will get removed from the game, so you'll have the new 2 tomes, and the current tome stuff will then become poetics. So the new relic will just cost poetics.
You're right. And
So-
that
Everything
just
is
doesn't feel like a relic. Okay, we had to rub oil again because Mandervilles are weird. We had to rub oil again on, I'm not going to spoil anything. But it's just like that doesn't feel like a relic. That doesn't feel good. So I agree with you, Chili, that like it doesn't feel like a powerful weapon because we didn't have to do anything to make it powerful. We didn't have to go and like soak it in the blood of our enemies. We didn't have to go and like pump it full of like etheric sand and power and like, it just, you played a gacha and you got to choose what you got.
And I also
Yay.
disagree about your time thing. I agree that time is the most expensive currency you can use, but I disagree with the time needed for relics. Because let's just say you are a Savage Raider, you're a casual player, or a casual to mid-core player. You're still going to want content to be able to put time into and play over time. And if you're not jumping into the Savage still takes time. You got to learn the fights. You got to practice it. You got to repeat it over and over again weekly to try and get the loot. There is no difference from spreading out the weekly grind than doing a relic where it takes. You might be able to do it in 2 or 3 days for hours. But if you let's just say you're unlucky with your Savage weapon drop, that's going to take you 6 to 7 weeks. And let's just say Savage has taken. Let's say, would you say 20 hours is fair to learn a Savage?
Back when I was running Savage pretty often,
Yeah.
I mean,
would you
I
say
would
20
say
to
that
25 hours is fair? Like if you're
I
really
would
good.
say, yeah, I'd say that that's a pretty accurate estimate. I mean, if you're going
Yeah.
to the more easy core level, like
Yeah.
casual level for it, that might crank up to 50, 60 hours. But
But
I could see that. Yeah.
I'm just being fair. I'm trying to compare hardcore Savage to casual. So let's
Yeah,
just say
for
you're
sure.
spending 20 to 25 hours over several weeks learning it, and then let's just say you've got it on farm, and it will still take you 30 to 40 minutes minimum because of how long the fights are. But I'm going to say an hour. Let's just say it takes you an hour to do the fight because of fuck ups or whatever. So that's still an hour a week that you then have to put to the grind. And so let's just say you took the maximum of 30 hours. That means that Savage weapon is going to take you 37 hours minimum.
Right.
So
and that I think is perfectly fine. And I think that the relic should be a tad bit longer than that. And that, I mean, maybe I wasn't entirely clear behind that. I think I agree with you that this particular relic grind has been way too easy, and it just feels cheap now, right? But I also don't want it to take as long as it did in Boja and in Eureka and all of that, because that felt like it was just like, oh my god, this is terrible, and I'm never gonna get there. But this is the other thing that I don't think that we've talked about yet, and that makes it feel just a little bit worse, and where I could certainly agree with where you're coming from 100%. It's the same item level. It is the same item level. So all that hard work that you've put into Savage to earn the highest item level relic doesn't matter anymore. And this relic, you get to pick the stats. You get to pick the secondary stats. And it's on par with Savage. I don't think that's fair.
Paul, you were going to say something. Sorry, I heard you say a sound.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I was like agreeing.
Okay.
I like how it was just short. I have my own say right now, but I'm kind of like waiting. I'm like, this is
far away.
it's kind of like changing my opinion a little bit. So I'm like sitting here like, yeah.
Oh, then that means it's actual discourse. Now I'm super curious. What's your thoughts, Paul?
Far away.
First of all, the look of the weapon should be next fucking raid tier. Should be in 7.0 because it looks like a GPU relic.
Like it came, yeah.
Like it came from that raid.
Right.
Like I see that and I'm like, oh yeah, that's like next year's raid. So one, you have gave, first of all, most of the relics kind of look like, oh yeah, they're very personal for their class. They're not very personal. They all have the same glow. They all have the same like style. It's just not a good relic. It's not. The story was funny. Again, look behind Hildebrand. Hildebrand's fine. Hildebrand was freaking hilarious. I loved it. But again, it can take you, let's see, time-wise, to do, say, full roulette. Let's just say the key roulettes. Expert, level 90, maybe trials, normal, and the big one that gives you the time through it, I'm going to say Alliance roulette. That will take you about an hour and a half to 2 hours a day, and you'll roughly get, shall we say, 600 to 700 tomes,
depending on what content you're doing. Yeah.
Now you do that for 3 days, you're going to have a step of one. I say if you've been doing it every time it's come out, then you'll get it rather quick. So roughly 3 days per step. Now you do that for I think it's 9 days because I think it's only 3 steps.
You're right.
Is there only 3 steps?
Yep, it's only 3.
Only 3 steps. So 9 days, 1 relic. Pretty fucking boring. It's boring.
I don't think you're wrong, and that's also being very gracious with the way that an individual is achieving those tomes. Because if you wanted to, you could just dungeon grind whatever gives causality, and just do that until you have it all.
Dungeon grind, hunts, all that, and we'll also forget about Zoe's book as well. If you're lucky, and you get, I think it's 2 lines or a line, you get 500 of the tomes. So if you get lucky, bit of a RNG. But I'm also coming from, I fucking hated Eureka and Bonja. Why? Because I fucking hated Fate. Now, why did I hate Fate? Because the Realm Reborn relic, when you had to get Atomas, and they had shitty arse drop rates, and you were running around doing all those Fates, back when it was actually content, I hated it. And I hated Fates ever since. So I hated that system.
I will never forget when I didn't actually pay attention to the book that I was on. And I'm like farming for 5 hours. I'm like, man, this drop rate is rubbish. And they're like, Chili, you're in the wrong zone. I'm like, wait, what? That'd been
okay. Farming. I was close. Thank you, Fury. I was close.
Yeah.
But that's if you did all the roulettes. That includes the PvP roulette. That includes everything. Like, you're going into leveling roulette at a level 90. You're going into, like, everything level 90 plus. Level 90 plus. You can't go above 90 yet. So you get... So roughly 2 days. 2 days worth, you can get a relic done. So that's 930 tomes. It's pretty fucking easy. It is too easy. 100% too easy, and it is the same. It is the same, and I actually think the raid weapons look a little bit cooler. So I don't know.
In my opinion, I think the raid weapons look a heck of a lot cooler, but that's just me.
In my opinion, the Madman's Whisper is the only white mage weapon that anyone should use ever.
No. In my eyes, the bunny staff is the superior staff.
No. The bunny stuff doesn't have a creepy turnip face that talks to you.
No, it has a cute rabbit sleeping.
Again, a cool creepy turnip face.
In my eyes, the Jedi are evil.
Great. This is great. I'm sitting in between the two of them. Like, they're both like, this white mage thing is better. This white mage thing is better. I'm
Two white mages argue.
I'm like, bruh, me with my scholar book. Just like, don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact. just flip the page. It's fine.
Fury says, my show the relic is they both all the other ways to get 665 weapon are still locked behind Savage. Yeah, because you either got to do Criterion Savage, or do Savage, and Savage is locked weekly as well, so it's not like you can grind that. And the tome upgrade is 660, right? So even if you got the tome upgrade when it is added to the raid, which I don't think it's been added yet, technically it's worse than relic. So why did you do the alliance raid?
No. The tome upgrade is it was been in there since day one. The tome upgrade.
No, I don't think the tome upgrade has been up in Savage.
Yeah.
No, alliance.
Yeah,
raid.
I got it in. In alliance raid. No, it's still not.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I mean. No, you can get the tome upgrade from Savage weekly, and you can get the weapon from Savage weekly, right? Because it's still locked. But you can't get the tome upgrade from the alliance raid. You can get the left side, the right side, but you can't get the weapon.
Well, and then this is something else that we haven't brought up. When it comes to Savage weapons, not every Savage weapon is going to be best in slot for your particular job, right? Sometimes your tome weapon, rarely, but sometimes your tome weapon is better, and it still takes longer to get a fully upgraded tome weapon than it does to get your relic, which is going to be at par with better secondary stats than sometimes the Savage weapon of the same equivalent.
I actually couldn't put direct hit on my white mage relic.
And see, and like you get to pick and choose, so it's I don't know. I'm glad that they're thinking about making it easier, but I think they went way too far in the making it easier category.
But also, you can't meld the relic weapon. You cannot meld it. You
But
cannot meld the relic. But with the savage one, you can meld the savage one.
But is the savage relic? I mean, that's a great caveat. If the savage relic has the better secondary stats, just like the relic, and then you can add more materia on top of that, making it even like stat wise at the end of the day. Like I mean, and we're talking at that point only 100 different, maybe, because the highest piece of materia right now gives you plus 48, or is it
38? I think. Was it 38 or 36?
36. I can't remember which one, but even if like, okay, so then 36, what is that? Let's just do math real quick. That's 2, carry the 1, that's 40, 42, 46? More towards the stat, 7, so 70 something, 76, 74 more. Does 74 points matter?
Also remember though, if you... Sorry, I was going to say, also remember though, if you do go into any sync content, all of that is disabled anyway because of how level syncs work. So, yeah.
So are those 72 stats, I mean, that much more important? And I only bring that part up just to like add it to the conversation, meaning that really, if you had a choice between the two, if your only goal was not clear savage, but your only goal was to have best in slot gear, you only have to do it for, a significantly less amount of time to get an on par weapon to satisfy that particular goal, right? And Chili, correct me if I'm wrong, that's kind of your point, that it's just too easy for you to be able to be at the same power level as people who's been grinding the entire expansion, basically.
Yeah. And sorry, Paul, do you want to say anything before I continue? Because I have something else I want to rant about.
No, sorry. I was just like, I literally just logged onto the game to check out my relic weapon and stuff.
But no, like as I said, if you sync down them, if I'm running over, melding is disabled when synced. So like the stats don't really matter anyway when it comes to stuff like that. So that's why it's better to get gear relevant to the ultimate at the highest cap than it is to go in with. You can overgear it now because you can overstat it, but like for more modern ones, it's better to be in the gear of that savage. Well, one tier above it, right? Because one tier helps you hit the cap, the proper full cap. But no,
I believe you're right.
Yeah. So it's just frustrating over round. And Fury says, if you ever do a Criterion podcast, let me know. I want to do Criterion Savage someday. And I'm gonna piss everyone off because if I do Criterion Savage, I'm not going to get a tome weapon maxed out. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to max out my blue mage weapon. Because why not? Because, yeah, you can add for some reason, you can add 5 eye levels to the blue mage weapon instead of it with the savage criterion drop.
Honestly, I didn't even know that. So,
yeah.
I mean, if that's something you want to do, go for it. Make it happen, Captain.
Fury, this is why I like you so much. Fury got the blue mage weapon on their first clear. Good choice. Good. No, you picked correctly, which a lot of people will say was the wrong one, but for me, that's correctly. You did what you do well. So at least we know that we're getting Eureka stuff in Dawn Trail. I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I can't believe you forced this upon us, Shilling. I really can't believe it.
Yeah, I can't believe I was able to have them push development staff towards it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now, will I actually do it? I don't actually know because I never did. Okay, I tried. I really did, guys. I tried doing Bonjour and all that when it was content, but I just couldn't. I didn't enjoy it. Again, but mainly because I didn't like Fates. Fates were just. I am trying to do them now, but again, as Talan said, it is hard because not a lot of people are doing them right now. Or if you're on a different server, like sometimes people are doing them just at a certain time. or in the servers and stuff. But I don't know. I liked Heaven's Ward. I liked Heaven's Ward relic. That was my favorite relic.
What was cool about Heaven's Ward relic was the fact that if you finished the Realm Reborn relic, you could hand it in and skip the first step.
Exactly, because you skipped the first step, and that was the fate steps.
Yeah.
What if
that
this
was the
is the
best
big
part.
brain move that they're doing, where like we're gonna make Endwalker's relic really easy, but in Dawn Trail, if they didn't do that Endwalker relic, we're gonna make them suffer.
I mean, I would take that.
At least it wasn't as expensive as the Final Fantasy 11 relics. We can at least go sell on that.
Yeah, I didn't even try. Did not even try.
I think the average relic weapon. I think Monk. I know the Monk was on average was about 145 million gil.
No, all of that was way outside of my reach. Like I didn't even give it a shot
on average. And I'm not even talking like millions of gil like in 14 where you can get millions of gil. I mean, like, it'd probably be closer to billions of gil in 14 if they had the same pricing structure, wouldn't you say, Talan?
Pretty daggum close. Yeah,
like,
because,
it was
I mean...
stupid. There was, like, you saw one person in the game, you're like, oh my god, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. I mean, people who... So, like, there's this meme that, oh, gil is super easy to get in Final Fantasy 14. Like, you basically don't use it for anything. People who have a lot of gil are the ones who say that. Just going to throw that out there because there are a lot of things I could use a lot of gil for. And if you're mad that you have 3 billion in your inventory right now, dude, help a brother out.
You know, brother out. Come on. Help brother out.
But in 11, if you had a lot of gil, you was like, bruh, you did like...
I'm about to waste all this on a relic weapon.
They've got the Bard relic. Kick out our Bard. We're having that Bard.
We want that one. That Bard there.
That's that's the one we're getting.
Yeah. By the way, Paul. Basically, for Bard, you could have 2 songs at a time, right?
Yep. I think we talked about this on another.
Yeah.
I think it was like last episode actually.
Well,
because they had another song, didn't they?
Yeah. Bard Relic Bard Relic can have 3 songs. So you kick that other Bard out, you want 3.
I don't want that one. I want this Bard.
I want that one. And Doctor says you worked for that guild too. It's true, you did. You did work for that guild. You didn't just get thrown guild like in 14.
I wish that what Final Fantasy 11 had, what you told me, that you actually had to pay guild to go do the raids.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have fucking had that in this game.
Yeah, 1 million gil to get into the raid.
Because 1, that'll give the raiders something to do. 2, it'll help us get rid of all the RMTs because it'll just keep happening because you know it, and ban all the people that buy gil.
Could you imagine what would happen to the market board if we had to buy time to go raid? Holy
By the way,
crap.
remember the 1 million gil, by the way, was only paid by one person. So only one person had to pay that 1 million gil. So I guess in 14 you would probably split it, like, but in 11, it would always be one person bought it. Joke's on you, I wouldn't be able to do the raid.
Same security. It's like, hey, yo, I got 4 mil right now. Look, if we don't clear this in 4 days, it's not happening. Also, if you don't know how to repair your gear inside that instance, bro, no, I don't want you in here because we're not leaving for anything. Like, go get your drink.
Oh God!
Go get your little like toilet can next to you. Like, you're not leaving, mother trucker. We are running this timer all the way out. Even if we have 5 seconds left, we're doing a 5-second pool. You like that's it. That's it. Buckle up, Buttercup. We're here all night.
I didn't even think about people leaving to repair gear. Like, that would be, yeah.
Well, now you have.
You spend 1 million gil, you go in and the person, oh shit, my gear's broken. Well, I guess we leave. And he just leaves.
No, like, you need to be an Omni crafter right now. Show it to me. Let me pull up your lodestone.
Chili is an Omni crafter now, isn't he? He is like crafting mentor. You got any like crafting issues? You head to Chili. He'll tell you.
It's funny though, by the way. We keep getting pugs like in our ultimate group recently, And every time someone goes in and says, "Oh, my gear is breaking," I'm like, "I can repair it. Me, I can do it."
Me.
So to me, that that staff that Chili uses, right?
Yeah.
Chili grabs him by the collar and then like brings the staff closer. Is like, "You're not going anywhere. I can heal you and your gear. You're mine for the next hour and a half. You're mine." And then that's it. Just lets him go. "You're welcome."
But maybe this is why we keep having to get subs, Paul.
Yeah, because I'm one of them. Because I've been out this entire month due to being in hospital and having to sleep during the night time.
So no, I'm just saying that because I keep scaring them away with my repairs.
Me, I want to repair.
I can repair you. Your gear, I mean.
Your emotional trauma.
Yeah, your emotional trauma. We can like you need to see another match about that. But this like we can. The outside we can fix that.
You need to find the crafter of minds to help you, my friend.
I can craft you the sofa. You have to be the one that sits on it.
I can craft you the sofa, but that's about it, bro. I can make you cookies that make you feel better. That's literally it.
Coffee biscuits.
The ways of the cheap.
So what's the next thing in the patch that was the big talking point?
Well, I guess the alliance raids, right? Not alliance raids, alliance quests. Because I'll be honest, I haven't really done Tartaru Island Sanctuary yet. I've heard a lot of people are pissed off of Island Sanctuary, so
yeah. Shall we talk about Island Sanctuary?
I haven't done it myself, but has anyone else
I haven't done it
it
myself either, but I have seen people. They were so pissed.
Yeah.
If there's controversy behind it, I have no idea. I unlocked Island Sanctuary and I started growing things, and I immediately said no because this feels like I'm at work.
There's a lot of cool things behind Island Sanctuary. There's a lot of cool mounts and stuff like that.
I want the motorbike.
It's how they finished off the quest, like the entirety of it. The quest rewards was just trash. The quest rewards was a pile of cheese.
So the Alexander quests.
Yeah, but that was cool. Right? That was just a joke. This was, you've grinded all this and all you got was some cheese.
It was just cheese. You made this whole island, this like whole carpentry factory island, just for cheese.
It's not even unique cheese, right?
It's Garlian cheese.
No, it's not like it's some sort of unique special cheese that you can only get from beating Island Sanctuary. It's just a cheese. So I think you can get it somewhere else, right? Yeah, it's used for crafting. Yeah. Like, I would have been okay if it had been like, aha, here is special unique cheese that only Island Sanctuary players who get to the... It'd be still stupid, but it'd be something rather than something that I can craft this cheese. I can log in and get some OVS milk and some fire crystals, and I can craft me some Garlian cheese.
Wow.
Like, at least give some people some unique stuff. Hard cheese.
So you spend all of that time toiling the soil, grinding out your island, making it the best island that's ever. And as a reward for putting all this time, effort, and in one of my Discord channels, there's literally a bot that tells you what you need to do because sometimes the island stuff can get difficult.
Yeah.
All of this effort to get a cheese that a crafter can already make.
It's normal quality, right? You get normal quality.
And it's normal quality.
No, it's HQ. It's shiny.
Okay. So I'm currently looking on the market board, on all the different servers, and do you want to know how much money? How many you get again? Sorry, 6, right?
6.
Yes, 6 is what it's looking like.
Okay, do you want to know how much money you've made on average?
Oh, how much?
No, I don't. I really don't. I do, but I don't.
I want to go with there's a load of them at 6. I'm going to go with those, right? If you're selling them at a stack of 6, which most of these are, you've made a whole 5,100 gil
Oh my god.
on average. There are some that are even lower. There's some here on Fairy where they're 555 gil each. So you could probably you could buy those up and then sell them for 850. And there's someone here on Adamant Toys that sell them for 389 gil for 39. So you could buy 50. You could buy 39 for 15 grand and then flip them. You can flip them cheese like some.
Hey guys, welcome to Moogle Go Round Radio, where we'll tell you how to grind all the content so that you can be the best cheese flipper you can possibly be.
flip that cheese now. Sales.
Get on that hard cheese market, you know. Yeah, you gotta flip them cheeses.
Yeah. Well, you don't want the cheese to burn.
I mean, I guess that's fair. You know, if it sits around too long, it's gonna start molding, and then that's blue cheese, and nobody wants blue cheese, right?
Blue cheese is my favorite. I'm sorry, I love blue cheese.
I opened up a can of worms.
Okay.
Nobody likes blue cheese. Hey, what do you mean? We all love blue cheese around here, you rants eating.
I love my Stilton.
Okay, I hate cold blue cheese. Can I say that?
What? Okay, yeah, hold on. Blue cheese warm? That sounds like a health hazard.
It's so good. Oh,
well, okay. You know, I've had it on my burger.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, like melted. Yeah, it's nice. But I also like cold Stilton because I like
Nah.
eating Stilton with like crackers and like crisp.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I've never had warm blue cheese, and I'll tell you what. When I visit the UK,
yeah,
I'll give it a shot.
Wait, you've never had it? I thought that was like a big thing over there with like their chicken wings.
No,
like blue cheese on your chicken wings.
Yeah, but it's cold.
Yeah,
like it's in the refrigerator, and then they give you these warm. Then they give you warm wings, and then you dip the wings in either the blue cheese, if you're wrong, and then ranch if it's the correct answer.
Well, you got to remember, England doesn't really have ranch. We don't sell ranch. It doesn't exist here.
Ranch?
Ranch is not a thing.
A cow ranch?
A
cow ranch? You know, like Dr. Phil's going to send your kid off to the ranch? Like,
how...
Yeah. Like, you can buy it, but
I agree. Sorry for your loss. It's
garlic mayo, basically.
No. I don't know how to describe this.
I'm looking. I found one on Tesco's, but yeah, this sounds like garlic mayo to me, or at least a version of garlic
I can
mayo.
almost assure you that it's not.
The ingredients are. Sorry.
Is it ranch dressing?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Doesn't this sound a bit like our version of mayo, which is probably different than American mayo then maybe.
Look, y'all don't get to talk to us about sauces because y'all don't even have a name for one of yours. You just named it after the color, brown sauce. So
yeah.
Hey, don't you think this is brown sauce?
Don't at me. Brown sauce is delicious, but I tried to buy that over here, and nobody knew what I was talking about. And they're like, "What is even in it?" And I'm like, I don't know. It's brown. Sauce. And they're like, "Sir, we call that gravy." I'm like, "It's not gravy." Like, I don't know.
Okay, I'm looking at this ranch right here, right from Tesco's. Which, by the way, if you buy it, all the money goes to charity for some reason. I don't know how. Like all profits to charity. How do you make more of it if none of you? Never mind. Buttermilk, egg yolk, garlic puree, sour cream powder. Like this sounds like a lot like
sour cream
mayo.
Powder.
Yeah. Milk.
Okay.
Oh, and yogurt.
Yeah. This sounds very mayo-like.
I don't understand. Okay, so when I make it at home from scratch just by myself, this is what it is. It's sour cream as the base, Greek yogurt that you add into it. You got onion powder, garlic powder. You get fresh spring onions, like the green like little stalk deals, and you put that in there, and you mix all of that up, and then you salt and pepper to taste, and there you go.
Well, this is butter, white wine vinegar, sugar, egg yolk.
Sugar?
Well, you got to remember this is a manufactured bowl. This is homemade.
I see. Okay.
This is from like what you would call a Walmart or whatever. This is a bold, like.
I see. Okay.
garlic puree, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, lemon juice, sour cream powder, and then leek flavoring, parsley, spring onions, and chives.
Yeah, that more or less sounds like a more gussied up version, but why sugar?
And then mayonnaise is egg yolk, water, lemon juice. It's just like it's a slightly. The only difference seems to be is the butter. There's no buttermilk in the mayo.
Well, does yours mayo have chives and onion and like?
No, but you could add
onions
those, I guess. But it says paprika extract and stuff, and lemon concentrate and stuff like that. So there's a couple of extra stuff that there isn't. But like, I'm just saying that the basis of the actual thing itself, and this is with garlic and parsley. It says so.
Right.
I don't know if there's a version without it.
Well, parsley usually isn't one that we do when we make it like from scratch, but I mean, from a bottle that sounds okay. I would have to try it, but to see how close to actual ranch it comes to. But anytime that we eat ranch here, like at our house, I almost always make it from scratch because it's easy. One, it's easier. It's definitely cheaper. And three, I think it just tastes better. But that's me.
Yeah, if you want the price of this one I'm randomly looking at, by the way, is £1.95. So what, $2.50?
Yeah, more or less.
$2.50.
So yeah, but no, ranch really isn't a thing in England. As I said, you can get it from some places, but on average, it's not really a thing you'll see. Like most stuff will, yeah. As I said, mostly be garlic mayo if you go to anywhere with wings, right, Paul? And garlic mayo, blue cheese, barbecue, and like stuff like that.
Yeah, blue cheese is fucking lovely.
Yeah.
I
now
always
I
have blue
want
cheese on
wings
my
for
chicken.
dinner.
No, I want
I fucking
food,
love
but it's
wings.
1 a.m.
Yeah, I want food, but it's 1 a.m.
Well,
Shit.
so to kind of like bring that back, so you do
well, like
all the ranch to get blue cheese, which is just super funny as a
Pretty
sentence.
much.
That's awful for everybody who spent all that time doing Island Sanctuary, and that was your capstone for that. I apologize.
Yeah, I would feel like that was just a big slap in the face.
I mean, you
so it's
did
more
get
like-
other rewards, but still, that's the capstone, man.
like tartar sauce, or tassat. I'm not getting this word that Delicious said. It's kind of like tartar sauce,
Tzatziki, yeah.
which
It is kind of like tzatziki, but it's instead of it being as like sour, it's a little more umami.
little mummy. Oh my!
Oh my!
But no, I guess I should try running since I'm in America.
I'm surprised you didn't,
I've tried chicken
especially
waffles.
if you came to Texas.
No, I don't think I tried. I don't think I tried ranch while I was in Texas. But you remember, I was very young. I was only 17, so like,
When you went over there to FanFest, you was only 17?
no, for Texas wasn't a fan
can-
fest. Texas
oh.
was something else.
Could you imagine if FanFest was in Texas? Oh my gosh, that'd be great.
Oh, that'd be great actually, as long as it's not in summer.
Oh yeah, because otherwise we're gonna melt.
Otherwise, I'm just
Then
going
you have
to
the same
die.
issue as Vegas, where it's too hot.
Oh man, but like I've always said that they should put the servers like it's somewhere in either like Dallas, Fort Worth, or like Chicago because it's like the middle of the country, more or less. Like just put it here, man. It'll be cheaper. Most people can reach it, and you won't have to travel as far.
Alan's like, just put it next to my house right here. Here's good.
You know what,
Yeah.
Yoshi P? I got an entire suite for you, buddy. Like your own private bathroom, like anything that you want. Like, you know, it's all yours. You need it, you got it.
I would go to FanFest in Chicago. Yes, I've always wanted to visit Chicago, so yes.
Same.
I stopped off in Chicago.
PD.
I stopped off in Chicago on the way to somewhere in America. Wisconsin, I think it... No, was it Wisconsin? Anyway, I had to stop off in Chicago, but the issue was, like, I was going to have, like, 3 or 4 hours there. I'm like, okay, cool, I can go out and try some stuff. But no, my flight got delayed and the other flight did not get delayed, so I barely got between... I was like, I wanted to go try stuff. I wanted to see it, so...
I wanted to go see.
One day I'm just going to do a Simon Wilson and just, like, visit America with no money and just try and go around the whole country.
with no money.
That's what he did. He went around the whole country with no money. Like, just, hitchhiking.
That's a
and stuff.
good way to die in America.
He survived. He'd be fine. I'll survive. Like, come on. I'm the guy that went into a hotel and slept in the lobby. I'm good.
Chili, I will say may the odds be ever in your favor. But if you do that, please tell me so that if you're in trouble, I can come get you. I think you know enough podcasters like in the United States where if you're in California, you'll be able to reach out to Pete Navi. If you're like in Central America or like the South or whatever, you'll be able to reach out to me. I think who's on the East Coast? I think Happy's out on the East Coast, right? So you've got people that you can reach out to if it gets too crazy.
But no, this won't happen. By the way, I'm more likely to not go without money, but I'm more likely to visit Japan if I had the choice.
I mean, same.
Doctor says up in the Midwest there's people too. Yeah, see, I could just do a tour of I can do a live tour of America and just do a podcast in every state with different people.
A podcast in every state.
I'm mad that this isn't going to. This sounds like a Tom Scott sketch. Is what this really sounds like. Hi, my name's Chili, and I'm going to visit every state in America. And we're going to do a podcast with each and every one to get a unique perspective on this side of the world. Let's go do it. Come and join me.
We've got Monster Till Dawn Trail. We've got Monster Till Dawn Trail. How are people killing time until Dawn Trail? Find out as I visit each state.
If you come to Texas, you get to see some of the structures that inspired some of the pieces in the Dawn Trail live letter.
Yeah, and I can also remember that you have non-electrical trains and not try and jump over them like I did the first time when I was there.
Our solar are still powered by things that kill the planet. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's so hilarious because like I was so like exhausted and tired from like the flight. Like there was like my mom and that went to like this pizza place, right? I can't remember where it was exactly, but over the road from that was a KFC. I've told the KFC story millions of times, so I'm not going to say that. But there was like a railroad track, right, in between the roads. So my brain is like, wait, railroad track? That's dangerous. I shouldn't step on that. How am I going to get across? There's no way to walk across. There's no bridge. So me being a dumbass is trying to jump between the lines. I'm trying to like stand in between the lines where it's safe, thinking like they're active, and then jumping like skipping across the train track.
Well, that's honestly smarter than probably most other people who have been in your situation, because some of them just trip over it and just lay there and let the train come anyway.
And I hop skippity and jumped over the lines.
Hop skippity.
But no, if you were in San Francisco, you might get electrocuted. But
that's because they got trolleys, right?
Right. But your standard railroad fare is it might be hot, but it's not gonna shock you.
Yeah.
That's honestly something I want to do as well, but because I love train travel.
Probably skip it across the tracks.
No. Okay,
Paul, the track. I hate to be that guy, but I feel like I need to curb expectations for you on this. It's expensive as hell. It would cost your entire vacation would be spent paying the money to just travel by train. Traveling by train is just as much as traveling by plane here in the U.S. It is the exact same.
So cheaper than England trains. Oh, let's go!
Yeah, it sounds cheap.
It sounds fucking cheap.
No. Y'all's flights are cheap. It's like, okay, so it's $200 to go anywhere on a train, and that's like a 3-hour train ride.
That's about right. To London from me is about $160.
It's $50 for me. That's because I live close to London.
About 160 from me. That's return, of course. That's not one way.
But we do have to remember the point of America is fucking huge.
Yeah.
And England is very small.
Like
I think we're about the same size as Texas, but I think Texas is bigger.
Oh yeah, we can fit like 4 Great Britons in Texas. maybe more.
Dr. Deliciousness. By the way, the price they give is a rough price. Sometimes, of course, depending on when you go, it can be cheaper. If you book earlier, it can be cheaper. But if you book later, it can be more expensive. So I was just given a rough estimate on price. So I just want to clear that up.
Also, I do want to go back to Japan for one thing. I don't know if anyone knows like Conodog CA and like abroad in Japan. When they
Yes.
go on
I love that
those like nighttime trains.
Mhm.
I just want to go on one of those and just go. I
Yeah.
want to do that everywhere. Like I would love to go on a nighttime train that will take me to different places.
I've
I
never
can sit
afforded
there
to
and watch
go
it each
to
day.
Japan.
I'd love that.
And I want to go to Japan for my 40th. That's my goal. I want to go to Japan for my 40th birthday.
Well, we all know what we do. We're all meeting up in Japan, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
was just about to say, all right, let's mark it on our calendar.
So that's in 3 years, by the way. I want to make sure I'm there for my 40th. For my 40th. So
saving up now, 40th.
Yep,
ladies and
let's
gentlemen,
make it
we're off
happen.
to Japan.
So I can spend it all on Dragon Ball card games.
I fucking knew you were going to say that. Why did I know that you were going to say that?
Maybe because pre-show, Chili and I were both trying very hard not to geek out. We weren't trying very hard.
Yeah.
We were geeking out over the new Dragon Ball card game.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I was stuck on the toilet and then I came back and I was like,
But you got to remember, Talan, there is an actual card game that's in Japan that's been around for nearly 15 years. From next year, it'll be 15 years. And Namco is so protective about the card game, they will actually blacklist anybody that tries to sell it outside Japan.
What?
Yeah, there is a Dragon Ball card game that's been around for 15 years that if you try and sell it outside Japan and they catch you, they will blacklist you from all of their products.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah. I would buy those while I'm there.
You know what?
I would buy those, but I won't sell them.
I agree with you. That
Who cares if I sold them? I'm not a Namco supplier. Who cares? But I wouldn't because I'd want them.
Wow.
So yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot to tell you guys. So my friend who went to Japan got me a Orsian calf thing. What's it called? Can't remember what they're called now. To put your
coasters.
Drinks on. Yeah, coaster.
Yeah.
I got Titan.
Nice. I have a Taru blacksmith. A Lalafell blacksmith.
Oh my god, that's Chloe. That's Chloe.
Oh.
No, yeah, small little Chloe. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Lalafell blacksmith one that someone sent me years ago.
Yeah, Talan. Sorry, not Talan. Tala sent me this. It was really cool.
Yeah. Nice.
And a Bard pin because my favorite class is Bard. I don't play it, but that is just my favorite class is Bard. So.
Oh, I still can't believe that. Sorry for going off topic again. I still can't believe that. Right. At FanFest, like I was walking around with the poop hat, right? As we all know, I have the poop hat on all times. One of the staff members says, I really like your poop hat. Let me add you something for free when you buy merch. And then they're like, all right, I got an extra badge. They gave me an extra badge along because you got a badge anyway. They gave me 2 of the same badge of a job that I don't play. I'm like, yay, thanks.
Yeah, look, I've got it here because Chili gave me one.
Yeah, I gave it to Paul.
It's a Dark Knight.
Yeah, it's Dark Knight.
I got a Dark Knight one. I have Dark Knight and I have Bard.
Like, I just wanted White Mage. White Mage, bro.
So I think the best thing I got from FanFest, now, this is one of a kind, but I have a signed, I think I've got 2 actually, signed Mione, like cards he gave out. So you know how the card like got it's basically like a LinkedIn. Has like the email and stuff and like his YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. You know, specialized in MMO RPG content coverage for Final Fantasy 14 Online and Square Enix games. And he signed it, and I keep that in my wallet. And one, I also keep next to Yoshi P's signature that Chili got for me. They're like 2 like the best things I ever have. Like those shirts are like they're framed. I'll take a picture like at some point and put it on Twitter. But it's so cool. Best part about the whole FanFest was just meeting people. Even though I was a scared little shit because I had high anxiety, because I do, and social anxiety. But that shit was dope. I can't wait for the next one. Can Dawn Trail hurry up and be finished?
That's what I'm saying.
So FanFest can just come again.
Now that I get to show up, I'm really excited for it.
Well, we've been recording for a very long time. Normally we try to be an hour long, but we've been an hour and 45 minutes. So We have been a bit over.
Wobsy! Thank you for the raid, Wobsy. Sorry.
We're a bit over normal time, so
3 more hours. 3 more hours.
we're not doing the podcast for 3 more hours. But Talan, we have been talking about a lot of stuff about Final Fantasy 14, and we've been off topic a few times. So hopefully in the future we can have you back on to talk more about Final Fantasy 14 and other video games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anytime that you need somebody to come in and hang out and give an interesting perspective, you're more than welcome to give me a shout. Whether that be Final Fantasy 14, MMOs, games, or just, food, life, living, cooking, doesn't matter. Love hanging out with you guys.
But before you go, is there anything you want to shout out, and where can they find your content and what you're doing right now?
Yeah, definitely. So thank you again for having me. For those of you who are familiar with me and has been around Moogle Go Round Radio, this doesn't sound any different. But for those of you who are new or this is the first time you're hearing my voice, my name is Talan Broadbent. You can find me on Twitter or X at Talan_Broadbent. You can also find me on Twitch at Talan_Broadbent. I do a bunch of different podcasts, mostly focused on the WoW Nightcap. If you like World of Warcraft or anything Blizzard related, give us a follow over there where you can join me and my co-host Flatus as we talk things Blizzard, World of Warcraft, lore, all of that cool stuff. It's a really cool show, and we also have a drink or two while we're hanging out. It's like a nice wrap up to your week, and listen to it at the end of the day or whenever you feel like you just need a break and a breather and a hangout with friends in a tavern. Other shout outs that you may want to be interested in, I've got some upcoming content now that school has kind of chilled out for a bit, being an educator.
Out for summer. Sorry.
Man, listen, it is a wild time to be an educator. It's crazy, but things are starting to kind of mellow out a little bit. So I'm going to have more time to start streaming. I am doing a Diablo story, Diablo 4 story playthrough, where we're doing that at least 3 times a week. So you can follow me there. And then I'm also starting to do all the Final Fantasy things again. So if you're interested in seeing that, in addition to all the WoW content, come tag along. We'd love to have you.
Woo! More Talan streams.
Awesome. So, Paul, is there anything you want to say before we start wrapping up?
Strokes, beard, intention. About Final Fantasy in the patch? No, not really. Yeah, not really about anything now. Final Fantasy's Final Fantasy right now, honestly. Yeah. Go play other games. There's not much to do. Just go play other games. That's what I do.
I will say, even though we're a Final Fantasy 14 podcast, expect us to go off topic a lot from the next few months. I can't. We've got a while to fill with content. We're Moogle Go Around. We'll find life finds a way, just like Moogle Go Around does. So we'll find something to talk about. Probably, maybe. Maybe we'll go off. It's Valentine's Day next. Maybe we'll do Smash and Pass. We won't do Smash and Pass, but maybe we will.
What? What? Mate, Chili, you've been hanging around too many fucking VTubers, mate. You're starting to turn, mate. You've changed. Oh my god!
Look, it's Valentine's Day.
Smashing passes. What's going on here?
I can't do it because I'd get cancelled. So no, we're not doing it.
What making me do it would be any different?
Smash or Pass Siren Edition.
Smash or Pass Siren Edition. Oh yes.
Controversial, but I'd probably smash Justinian. There we go. And on that note,
Chili, you have fucking changed. What happened to the I hate this dragoon?
I mean, just because I hate him, and plus I like Vicky has made me like Justinian a bit more just because of Vicky. So I can't hate Justinian
so you would
too
hate
much because
smash him, would you?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm saying? You would hate smash him? That's exactly Doctor Delicious.
And on hate smashing, thank you all for listening. See you all for Valentine's Day, I think, right? Bye.